What were working conditions like during the first Industrial Revolution? Imagine waking up before sunrise, knowing you will spend the next 12 to 16 hours in a factory or a mine. This was the reality for many workers during the first Industrial Revolution in Europe. The period, spanning from the late 18th century to the early 19th century, marked a shift from agrarian societies to industrialized cities. While this change brought economic growth, it also introduced harsh working conditions. Workers, including women and children, faced long hours in unsafe environments. They operated heavy machinery with little regard for safety. Accidents were common, and injuries often went untreated. In coal mines and textile mills, the risk of injury was high. The machinery was dangerous, and the lack of safety regulations meant that employers rarely took steps to protect their workers. Wages were low, often not enough to cover basic living expenses. Many families struggled to make ends meet. Child labor was widespread, as children were paid significantly less than adults. Their small size made them suitable for certain tasks, but this came at a great cost to their health and well-being. Women also faced discrimination in pay, receiving less than their male counterparts despite performing the same work. Living conditions for workers were equally grim. Rapid urbanization led to overcrowded cities, where many families lived in cramped and unsanitary housing. Overcrowded tenements, damp cellars, and single-room apartments without running water were common. These living conditions contributed to frequent outbreaks of disease and high mortality rates among the working class. As these harsh realities became known, social tensions grew. Workers began to organize protests and from early labor movements. By the mid-19th century, some reforms were introduced. Laws began to restrict child labor and limit working hours for women and children. Some European governments also started to implement social insurance programs for workers. However, many workers continued to face difficult conditions well into the late 19th century. The First Industrial Revolution was a time of significant change in Europe. While it transformed economies and societies, it also imposed severe hardships on the working class. The struggle for better working conditions and fair wages would continue to shape European history for years to come.